Good morning, students. I hope you people are well. Today we are going to start the next topic, that is eubacteria or true bacteria. Let us see the general introduction. As you people are knowing, the study of bacteria is known as your bacteriology. The cell wall of bacteria is made up of your peptidoglycan. We will see the history. Antony von Leeuwenhoek, he had studied about this all. Then Carl Linnaeus, he gave the word vermis to the bacteria. Ehrenberg, he had proposed the word bacteria. At last, all the credit goes to Nageli. Louis Pasteur, in the year 1822 to 1895, he had studied about the bacteria. He was also considered as the father of bacteriology. Robert Koch, he had also known as the father of modern bacteriology, as he had discovered in artificial medium how the bacteria used to grow. What is the general feature? As you people are knowing, they are the prokaryote unicellular organism. Definitely they will be microscopic only. Cell organelles may develop, such as your endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, chloroplast may present, may absent, mitochondria. Okay, these all are totally absent because we had studied in the general features. These all things are present in your eukaryotes. Okay, children. Next one, cell wall is made up of your peptidoglycan and acetyl mimeric acid. As you people are knowing, they are the prokaryotes, so nucleus will be without nuclear membrane or incipient nucleus will be present. Two types of ribosomes are there, children. So in this case, the ribosomes will be your 70S ribosomes. As a respiratory organ, they will have the mesosomes. Then they will show the reproduction by the help of your binary fission. Next, children, they will show your heterotropic mode of nutrition as well as they will show the chemoautotropic mode of nutrition. Photoautotropic bacteria or bacteriochlorophyll may consist of chlorophyll. Quite it will be similar to the plants only. So some of the characteristics what these eubacteria are carrying, they are similar to the plants. What are they? They will have the cell wall, they are autotrophs. They also synthesize the enzymes and vitamins like the plants. They absorb the liquid food items. Then they also grow like a filament. Occurrence, as they are cosmopolitan, everywhere they can grow, in fruit, vegetables, they are saprophyte also. Okay, children. Then classification of bacteria. Vermis, that is, they gave the first classification. Who gave the word vermis? Ehrenberg had gave. Then Haeckel, they placed the bacteria in Protestia. Then Burgess' Manual of Determinative Bacteriology, one book had been published there. They had described detail about the bacteria and they had told about the various classes. Okay, children, for the blue-green algae, for the true bacteria, different classes are there. And in that Burgess' Manual of Determinative Bacteriology, one book is there. There the complete detail of bacteria had been published. Size of bacteria, they are very small. 1 to 5 mu, their size may vary. They may have different shape, as you can see here in the figure. The spherical shape is known as your coccus. When it is single in number, it will be known as your monococcus. When 2 in number, it will be known as your diplococcus. When 4 in number, it will be known as your tetracoccus. 7 in number, streptococcus. And in a bunch, it will be known as your staphylococcus. Then Sarcina, when one circular like structure will be there, one after the other they will be attached. Bacillus, rod like structure, again that same thing too will be there, diplobacillus. One after the other it will be arranged known as your palisade bacillus. Then in a spiral like it will be, then it will be known as your streptobacillus, that is 7 in number. Okay children. Then spiralum. What is spiralum? Just like your comma. Sorry. Spiralum will be your, just like how the spirals are there na, in a wavy manner, that will be. Then vibro will be your comma like. Then mycelium, how the stem of the plant is there moving here and there likewise. Then stalk, one tube like structure will be there and at the top solid portion will be there. Then budded will be means your one lateral outgrowth will be there. These are the different types of bacteria. Okay, then see children, how you will recognize that which one is your gram positive and which one is your gram negative bacteria. Before that, one point I had left, that is whether the bacteria is capable of moving from one place to another. Yes, they are capable. How they are moving? By the help of the flagella. Okay children. A trichus, as you can see figure number F, nothing is there. So none of the flagella will be present. That will be known as your atrichus. Monotrichus, single flagella will be there. Amphitrichus, two flagella will be there. Cephalotrichus, one end of the bacteria will have the flagellum. You can see the figure children, figure number C. Then Lophotrichus, just like it will be your vibro and both the ends they are having. Peritrichus, throughout the body they will have the flagellum. This one is very important children to differentiate the gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Kristen Gram in the year 1884, they had developed the strain. By the process of that gram strain, we can recognize that which one is gram positive bacteria and which one is your gram negative bacteria. First you have to prepare one smear. How you will prepare the smear? Glass slide you had seen. Okay, one rectangular shaped glass slide will be there. There you have to collect the sample. Okay, either from the nature or from wherever you want. Just you take one drop of that sample. Then in their smear you add the crystal violet along with little bit of alcohol. Rinse it with the water, then add little bit of iodine solution. If they are appearing purple in color, okay, that particular bacteria will appear purple in color. So excessive stain we have to remove by the ethyl alcohol or acetone. When you will do the removal of excessive stain, then we will observe under the microscope. When you are observing under the microscope, it will be visible like purple color and it will be your gram positive bacteria. It will be your gram positive bacteria. But children, if it is not visible under the microscope purple in color, then again what you have to add? You have to add the safranin. That is not in the same slide. Again you have to continue that complete process and at last you have to add the safranin. That is in place of crystal violet you have to add the safranin. Rest all process will be same. And what will happen? You will see that they will be little bit pinkish in color. So in that manner you can differentiate the gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Now we will see what is the basic difference. The basic difference is in the cell wall. Okay children. That the cell wall of gram positive bacteria consists of your mesosomes, okay, and teichoic acid. And the gram negative bacteria, it consists of lipopolysaccharide. Then peptidoglycan is present in both the case and periplasma will be there. Okay. Then gram positive, gram negative bacteria. When we talk about the gram positive bacteria, peptidoglycan will be present in higher amount. When we talk about the gram negative bacteria, peptidoglycan will be less in amount. Then gram positive bacteria, 8 amino acid will be there. Gram negative cell wall consists of 20 amino acid. In this case already I had said mucocomplex is present. This case mucocomplex will be present but it will be less in number. Gram positive teichoic acid is present. Here it will be absent. Cell wall 100 to 200 Armstrong. Here the cell wall is 70 to 120 Armstrong. This one gram positive non-motile, gram negative motile. Gram positive, they will produce spores. Gram negative, they don't produce spores. Flagella are not found, so gram positive bacteria, they will not have any locomotory organ. Gram negative bacteria, they will have well developed locomotory organ, that is flagella will be there. Gram positive less resistant to the antibiotic. Gram positive, they will be more resistant to the antibiotic. Okay children. Typical structure of bacteria, it is your capsule shaped structure, as you can see the figure, and some points are given here. Okay. The first one, the outermost layer will be known as your slime layer. It will be little bit capsule like sticky like material, and it consists of your polypeptide molecules. You can see the figure here. So many pillars are present. One flagella will be there. Free enzymes are present. Ribosomes are there. Internal membrane is there. Nucleoids are there, as it is your particular bacteria, or you can say that the prokaryote. So nucleus will be not covered by the nuclear membrane. In place of genetic material messenger, RNA will be there. Then polysomes. Internally, one clusters of cells will be there, that is known as your polysomes. Inside the cell fluid will be there, known as your cytoplasm. One thin layer will be there inside the cell wall, that will be known as your plasma membrane. Then storage granule will be there. Just now we had studied that both gram positive and gram negative will have slight difference in their cell wall. Plasma membrane, gram positive bacteria is invagininated inside the form of mesosomes, but in gram negative no such folding will be there. Cytoplasm, 70S ribosomes, colorless, transparent, dense mass of the substance will be present. Other cell organelles will be absent except vacuous mesosomes. Incipient nucleus will be there. They are very naked because of the lack of the histone protein. Plasmid may present because, as I said, some are capable to prepare their own food. Flagella for locomotion purpose. Pili is also for locomotion purpose as well as for reproduction purpose. Flagella and pilus. What is the basic difference? In flagella, flexible, moves around, but in pilus, rigid, less movable. In flagellum, movement will be very helpful, but in case of pilus, that will be absent and it doesn't play any role in the bacterial movement. Flagellin protein is there, here pili protein is there.